Hey guys, Brian here. I just wanted to bring up a real quick topic. I've been kind of looking into the concept of a gold and silver backed IRA, and it's something that I've been a little concerned recently about a possible collapse regarding my 401k at work. And so and then of course the only thing in my 401k I have moved about 45 to 50% into bonds recently, just because there's some of the financial people I listen to feel like a crash is coming. It's kind of imminent between now and December. Some even think even October. There's some talks that the stock market might drop 80% possibly this month. So this is October 2020, and well, the way 2020 is going, it wouldn't nothing would surprise anybody at this point. But I reached out to several companies regarding a gold, silver IRA, just trying to get more information about it. I don't know if it's feasible at this point, and some of them they do have limitations. Some of them it seems like they may have requirements as far as I think 20,000 seems fairly consistent. I've seen some mention like maybe even like less than that. So maybe if I wanted to move over like 5 or 10 grand, things like that. And I don't have a ton of money in mind, but so it kind of depends. And also I have to see if I'm not sure if the company, if through my work, if they'll even allow me to move it until I'm actually like terminated or not, like that type of thing. So. But so I'm kind of looking at it. I reached out to several companies. I got this packet in the mail that came in today from a company, and I wanted to bring up something because I think this one looks really scammy, and so I want to bring this to your attention and kind of show you why it looks scammy and just some things that I've learned in my early investing career in silver and gold and stuff. So this one's like I said, it's got some nice fancy stuff, but it's called, this might be easier to show. This one's called, see if you can see that, Nationwide Coin and Bullion Reserve, right? And they've got some terms and conditions. They have all these little fancy, they send like a letter and with a card and all this kind of stuff and make it look fancy with a, fancy little emblem and all that. And so it all looks, fine and dandy and stuff there. And they've got some and it talks about, and then on here on the inside thing, which I thought was kind of odd, was they had these little cards to make it look like credit cards or something. I don't know what that's about. That's kind of odd. So I don't know. That seems kind of weird. We're talking about saving, and all of a sudden they have these like credit card things. And there's some information on here just about some of the coins, gold, platinum, and silver, things like that and stuff. So there's some decent information there. However, one of the biggest concerns was to start getting to this stuff. And if you can see that here, the what they're kind of advertising here on some of this is certified coins. Okay, and I'll show you some more here in this other newsletter that they have. And the kind of what I've learned though, in just my, like I said, in recent investing on this stuff, is really this certified stuff is really not as I don't know. It's just you have to be cautious with it because the premiums are usually super high, right? And so it gets really scammy. Actually the two early purchases I bought online were certified coins. And then I found out after I got them, I was kind of assuming, I guess it was silver, and it wasn't even silver. So I paid way over what I should have for some stupid nickels. And so I was really upset with myself. I've even got them posted, trying to get rid of them, get it, whatever I can out of them, and they haven't even sold online. So I've kind of learned my lesson the hard way. You're probably not going to get your money back on a lot of this stuff because the premiums are just so high. Unless you just hold on to something like this for a long time, and the silver or gold price spikes up super high, then maybe you might get your money back, maybe, but you'll probably never get that premium back. That's the point. And so this thing here, this whole like journal thing they have is full of, of this guy here, this little huckster here selling these rated coins. They put them in a nice case, make them look fancy, and make them sound, they beef them up and all the writing in here. They kind of beef them up, make them sound wonderful and stuff, and have these wonderful full-page ads and stuff on here. But, again, you don't need this certified, stuff, whether it's NGC or there's a bunch of different companies that do this stuff. But you don't need that to put that in an IRA or an investment account, or even for a reserve for that matter. I mean, you don't need to have that. Matter of fact, a lot of the big investors that I've watched, I watch their YouTube stuff as well. A lot of them probably wouldn't even prefer, like they would even say, no, the premium's way too high on this stuff. They would rather put the money in, in like actual, full like monster boxes of American Eagles, Maple Leafs, things like that. You better put your money in that kind of stuff, or gold coin, gold American Eagles, and things like that. That's going to have less of a premium. And the bigger you can buy, if you can buy the bigger bars and those kind of things, then you're going to typically you're going to pay less of a premium as well. But the coinage usually has a little bit of premium on it. If you go down to the tiny coins, you're going to pay more of a premium on those as well. Now for IRA though, there are certain coins that are approved for IRA. So just know that. So if you do want to look into that, if you've got like a 401k you want to roll over or something, or maybe a portion of it, maybe not all of it, maybe you want to move over, 30 or 40% into a gold or silver IRA if you're able to. Maybe something to look at for people out there. I would recommend looking into it and seeing if it's possible. And then there's companies, there's some other companies I'm still kind of looking at, but they would some of them will actually walk you through it. And now you do also have to consider the fees, though. I will say that you got to really kind of watch the fees, because on these kind of things, some of them they can eat you alive. And so that's kind of where you got to kind of weigh out. Well, is it better where it's at in the 401k, making trying to make a little bit of money? Which right now a lot of these things are. As I heard the other day, the average returns right now aren't very good. Most of the average returns are around 6 to 8% or something. It's kind of like an average return right now for a lot of these 401ks and stuff. So that's be really that's really concerning, considering you really rather be up in the 10 or 12 range on your retirement funds and stuff. And also I wanted to bring let me show you another page here that just kind of show you, and it's like this guy that's in here, like I said, multiple ads. You can kind of see, if you can see that there. Let me lift this up a little bit, but you can see this pretty good. So here's another one. Like I said, these are like full page ads, and they sell these fancy things in a box and make them look all nice and crisp and so-called quote certified. But I think this is the same huckster that's on. I think he's the same one that he looks like the one that's been on the TV stuff, the Home Shopping Network or whatever. I'd seen a video about this, where they're hawking these kind of things to get people. They get old people sitting at home watching TV, and they just tell them buy now, it's a great price, and then they're selling this stuff for $200 or something crazy. For basically 1 troy ounce, they're spending probably $200-300 or something, because it's quote certified. They really beef it up, and they have all this it's a Declaration of Independence series and blah blah blah. They really beef it up. So but this is kind of what hucksters do, so just kind of know that and just be really cautious, because like I said, if you buy something like this for some crazy money, I'll just tell you, you're probably not going to get it back, unless you're going to hold it for decades or something like that. And maybe your great grandkids can get money out of it, or if silver does spike, once the dollar collapses, you might get it. But even then, at that point, who's gonna? People may not have the money anyway at that point, so you may never get it back. Whereas if you just if this is the case, I'm just gonna go buy a silver round at my local coin shop for a few bucks premium, over spot on silver. or I'll just get American, Silver Eagle for $5 spot. And I don't need the fancy case. I've got my own. I got cases. I covered that in the last video, that I can pop them in a case. Yeah, they're not quote certified from a company, but that's not really necessary in most cases when you're just wanting the bullion. We're just wanting the silver bullion. That alone is worth a lot, and then on top of that, you can get a little bit of premium on the eagles, pandas, maple leafs, and so forth. So, like I said, this one here is not necessary. You don't need this. This is these things, and like I said, there are IRA approved. American Eagles are one of those for sure that are IRA approved. I think the maple leaves are, but there's, like I said, a whole list of stuff that would include that, would be part of that, okay, and stuff. So I kind of want to just cover that real quick and say, so don't. See right here, they're selling, look at this, same thing, and they make it sound fancy. End of an era, like, oh, you got to have this. This is a must have for your collection, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed too, I was at a coin shop recently that there was a guy I went to, and he was another local guy, and he had he was even trying to hog. He had a couple of things, I can't remember what they were now. Maybe one was a kookaburra or something, but he was even kind of like trying to tempt me to take one that was certified. He was even trying to give me a good deal on it or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really, I'm not really interested in it. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of learned the hard way too. Sometimes you get stuck with this stuff, and you can't get rid of it. You want to sell it, and you can't. You try to turn around and flip it. You can't even flip it, even if you're asking for a good price. Unless it's actual coin collector or something like that, maybe, or just someone brand new like me buying those stupid nickels early on. Then sometimes you have to learn the hard way. So I kind of want to share that and stuff, let y'all know. So be cautious on any of these certified stuff. Be very cautious unless you just want that coin specifically and you're willing to pay a premium and you really want that coin for your collection, and it's sort of something important for you and your family or something like that maybe. But just don't anticipate getting your money back, probably, or not anytime soon. And definitely you don't need it for any kind of an IRA retirement account. That's pointless. You're going to go backwards really quickly in terms of your retirement savings is going to get eat up quickly. Plus, I would assume this company probably charges a premium to hold your fund, hold your reserves. So then you're going to have the high premium on this, and the reserve cost probably is what's going to happen, and it would eat into your retirement quickly. And so, like I said, this is a huckster company, in my opinion, just by looking at it. So I do not recommend this nationwide coin and bullion reserve thing. I don't recommend it. Unless you know otherwise, or if y'all have any good companies out there for this kind of thing, please let me know and share in the comments. Okay, I appreciate it.